we started with the use of pivots, power pivots on Excel, and we are able to connect. We are able to get connected to get different sources such as CSV file, Azure file, file from Azure database, SQL, and other file extension. We were able to perform data cleaning using the Power Query, Excel, and then today we'll be moving on to data modeling, creating a relationship, and lookup on Power Pivots. So to continue with that, we advise that you have a folder on your desktop that all the resources you are using are stored. Okay, for mine, I'm using dashboard because at the end of the Power Pivot, you should be able to create a dashboard for either you're in HR or you're in business or any of your choice uh, of business analysis or of your needs rather that you intend to create a dashboard, you should be able to do that. Okay, so I'll be opening my folder now and I'll be opening this file practice. That was the file I worked on in last class that I was able to perform cleaning. Okay, this will cleanse the data from every other value that may not be of interest to my data analysis. Okay, so my data set has now opened. Now the next thing to do here is to check. If you look at my power pivots, we have the manage. Let's see what we have here. We have manage. Let's see what will come out, even though that's not what we're supposed to do. I just want to show you some things, okay? So you see, we have nothing for now because we have not linked up our data, okay? So I will quickly close this, okay? Now, okay, let's even check from there. I want to show you some other things. If you look at this, if you have linked your data preview, you click on existing connections. You look at it, there's no power pivot data connections. The only thing we have was the EV6 scheme that we imported before we started our class. So there is no power pivot connections as we speak. So let's do that. We'll be performing that. So to do that, let's check our query. All right. Now looking at our query, we have edit, we have properties, we have delete, we have refresh. So what we want to do is we'll click on load to. Okay. So I want to load my data. Okay. Let's wait for it to load. It's still booting. So if you look at the dialog box that appeared, we have select how you want to view this data in your workbook. Is it as a table? Is it as a pivot table report? Is it as a pivot chart? Only create connection. So what I want for this is to create a connection. Okay, now, and I'm saying add this to data model. All right, then you click on OK. See, click on OK, please. Now it's opening. All right, please, if you are listening, you can as well perform the operation how to load your data to a data model. Okay, you go to your query and then you select load, and then you'll be asked to select the dialog box will appear. You'll be asked to select what you want to do. Is it a table, pivot table, and like so? What we want is a connection. So you click on it and the other checkbox. Okay, and then maybe you are done, you wait. The data set we are working on is very voluminous, more than is around 5,000 of value. Okay, and that is why it will take a little bit seconds, some time for it to load properly. Okay, now let's come to our power pivots. Let's check manage. Let's see what we have. You can see now we have this. Previously when we came, you notice we don't have this. So now we have this now. we have all this. So if you check existing connection, you see we now have this. Previous when we check, we don't have something like this. Okay, so we have this now. Okay, so we can close this. All right, so we have successfully load our data. The next thing we'll be doing, the next thing we'll be doing is to, let me quickly save this. Next thing we'll be doing is to create a data model or a relationship. Data model in what sense? In the sense that you are combining, for instance, you have multiple tables, 2 or 3 tables, okay, together. Now that is data modeling. In Power Pivot, we call that relationship, okay? In Excel, we call that lookup, okay? So to show you that, I will open another file in my dashboard I called add data, okay? So I'm waiting for it to load. I want to add that data to my existing connection, okay? So how do you do that? For instance, we'll get to SQL, where you have different schemas and you want to create relationship between those tables. As a database administrator, you will definitely see what we call foreign key, primary key. Okay, we use that basically when we are creating connections. Okay, however, for this, Excel works with a worksheet, okay, in table. So we want to merge this and this, okay, to the existing connection. If you look at it, we have that's location type, okay, to our existing connection. You click on this data, you see these are our existing connections, okay. So I have this selected. So let's come to our Power Pivots. You click on your Power Pivots, and then you see add to data model. You click here, then you see where is the data for your table. You've selected it, my table as elders. Then click on OK. Let's wait for it. It's still loading. Okay, so I'm going to send this to you, this table to you, okay, so that you can also perform this operation. All right, that's successfully loaded. You can look at view here under Power Pivot. You see we have data view, the diagram view, show hidden, calculation. They are all checked. However, diagram view and is not checked. This, look at it, it's not checked. So I want to create a relationship now between these steps. Since we've successfully loaded it, to create a relationship between this and it says king count at the original connection. So you click on diagram view. Now, looking at our diagram, you see we have 2 tables, right? It says King County, and we have table 3. Okay, we can rename this. Okay, to location type. Okay, just right click, and that is all. All right, waiting for it. Waiting for it. Okay, it's now, yeah, we have it here already. Okay, that is good. Okay, now let's quickly create a relationship. All right, now for you to create a relationship, you look at your data, what is related together. Let's check. If you look at this, we have location and type. Now, location contain different places, and then type is to tell us, is this location, is it a city or a town? Okay, let's look at our data. You see those locations there. We have, let's scroll, look at it under city. Look at it. We have C2, C2, C2 respectively. Okay, okay. So let's close. So we have C2, we have C2, we have Woodville. Now The other table categorized these locations. All these are locations, okay? So either they are city or they are town, okay? So let's go back to our data model. Okay, so to do that, we are already in relationship. So we look at this is city, right? And locations contains it, okay? So you click on it and then you drag. Immediately you click, look at my hand, you left click and then you drag to what you are making reference to. This all right. Has successfully created relationship for us. Actually, in database, we call this asterisk means many to one relationship. That is, we have so many cities, and all of them belongs to location. Okay, so we have successfully created a relationship. That is what we call data model. For instance, you may have multiple tables, and you need to create them together. Immediately you have loaded your data. Now, what you do is to come here and then you show the relationship by dragging what you feel, okay, this contains this location contains cities, then you show the relationship. The same thing with other tables as well. Okay, this is how to create relationship, okay, or data modeling. I've just performed a relationship for two table. Okay, so done that. Can we just save now? Let's close this. Okay, now waiting for it to load successfully. Alright, still coming up. Okay, still coming up. Alright, so we've created a relationship. Okay, now the next thing I want to do is how do you show lookup on Power Pivot? Now, on Power Pivot, we call this DAX, data analysis expression. Yes, that is X of saxophone, okay? How do you show that? Now let me show you that one to because it's not appearing here. We'll write that equal to related, okay? Okay, so came in, okay. Now to perform the power pivot, lookup rather, you won't be able to do that here, okay? So what you do is to come to your power pivot, okay, and then click on manage. If you have to type on equal to show a lookup function using that function, you won't be able to get it correctly. So since we're in power pivot, so you come here, okay, let's come power pivot, then you click on manage. All right, now we want to perform a lookup function, okay? So come to this and then we type a dash function related, okay? Then do you click on related? Power Pivot is very sensitive and it now suggests to you looking at the relationship you have created earlier on. Then we merged city two locations, okay? So you see location type, location. No, what we have is location type and the type, okay? So that's what we want to use. We need the city, okay? So click on this, double click, and then you close your parentheses. Whatsoever has a opening must have a closing, okay? Then you press your enter key. Then you wait for it to populate your column. Now you see it has populated our column with city. So you can rename this, okay? Location type. also with it. Okay, that is location type. Okay, so we successfully added a lookup function using the DAX expression, that is data analysis expression, okay, to our data set using Power Pivots. Okay, so in tonight's class, we have been able to see how to model the data, how to add relationship, how to add lookup, how to load our data. Okay, in our subsequent class, we'll be looking at the pivot table and pivot charts. Okay, all right, please do well to comment, like, and subscribe if you have not subscribed yet. And in our next class, please make sure you also perform all of the tasks. And by this time, you should be able to prepare, have in mind the type of dashboard you love to prepare. Okay, thank you for your time. Do well to practice. Thank you.